Hello everybody, my name is Suman Dua. I'm a registered migration agent based in Brisbane, Australia. In this video today, I will be giving you some basic tips on lodging your expression of interest in the skill select system for 189, 190 and 491 visas. Now, to be able to lodge an EOI in the skill select system, first you need to make sure that your occupation is on the relevant departments list. We will put the link in the description for the occupation lists in Australia. You also need to have a minimum of 65 points. So we made a video about how you can claim points in the right way. We will put the link in the description for that video. And you also need to have a positive skills assessment in your nominated occupation. These EOIs, they have a ranking system. So what it means is usually the EOIs with the highest score will be ranked and will be invited first. It is a very competitive system, but recently some occupations with 65 points have also been invited. This is because department has been inviting based on the occupation and not on the point score. Also note that ranking only applies for 189 and 491 family sponsored visas. Ranking does not apply to 190 or 491 visas where the state or territory has nominated you. An EOI can get maximum of 2 invitations and is valid for 2 years. So once you've received 2 invitations and you have not lodged the visa, the EOIs will be closed. Once you get the invite, you have got 60 days to lodge the visa application. There are a few things that you can keep in mind to make sure that your EOI is successful. The first thing that you may want to do is claim what you have. So because when you get the invite, your EOI is locked. So what it means is if you have put something which you don't have the evidence for example, you have put that you have a proficient English, but you're yet to sit an English exam, and you receive the invite and you lodge the visa with proficient English, but you received the proficient English after the invite, your visa will be refused. So it's very important you only put and claim what you already have. The second tip that I have for you is to get your employment assessed from your skills assessing body. So if you've already got your employment assessed from your skill assessing body, when you lodge your visa, the department will usually agree with it. However, Department of Home Affairs can also assess your employment. But if you've already got it assessed from the skills assessing body, it's very likely that the department will agree with it and they won't have any objection giving you points for your employment. The third tip I've got is understanding the state's requirement. So most states will have their own requirements on top of Department of Home Affairs requirements. So if you're somebody who is overseas or in Australia and not living in that state, you may want to check if you meet the state's requirements and also if your occupation is on their occupation list. So there is no point lodging EOIs with all states when you actually don't meet their additional criteria. The fourth tip I have got is do not choose any as your state. So when you lodge your EOI, it will ask you which state you would like to lodge the EOI for, and it will also give you the option of choosing any state. My recommendation is always choose the state you are interested in, and also again make sure that you meet the requirements of that state. And if you have actually picked that state, it's very likely that the state will actually look at your EOI to assess it. Tip number 5 that I have got is always mention your full profile in your EOI. So your EOI is like your resume. So I know you only get points for your highest education. So even if you put masters and don't put bachelors or diplomas, you will still be able to claim 15 points for your masters. But if you are lodging an EOI with the state, it's very, very important that you mention all your qualifications and you also mention all your employments. Doesn't matter if they are closely related with your nominated occupation or not, because this will give you a better idea to the state to see how long you have been studying in their state and how long you have been working in their state. Tip number 6 I have got is have full skills assessment. So some applicants, they do have a provisional skills assessment, which is not what you need to lodge the EOI. You do need a positive full skills assessment for your skills assessing body. Now each occupation has their own skills assessing body. So you may want to check with them what they need to give you a full skills assessment. Some skill assessing body will require you to just have the qualification, and some may require you to have some work experience as well. So even if you have, let's say, 100 points in your EOI, but you do not have a full skills assessment, you don't qualify to get an invite and lodge the visa application. Tip number 7 I've got is withdraw the other EOIs once you've got the invite. So this is very, very important because some applicants, they have multiple EOIs in the system. If you have been invited and you have taken up the invite, you have lodged your visa, make sure that you do withdraw other EOIs, because as you know, all EOIs are valid for 2 years and you are allowed to get a maximum of 2 invites on those EOIs. So if you do get the second invite and you don't need it, it gets wasted and it takes 60 days for that invite to go back in the pool. I hope this information was helpful. I've also created a checklist of documents that you need before you sit down and start lodging your EOI in the Skill Select system. So that checklist is free to download. So you may want to download it from the description box. And if you do have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me. To stay updated about Australia's immigration, make sure that you subscribe to our channel.